The Enugu State Government has signed a landmark Memorandum of Understanding (MOU) with Lion Business Park Limited to establish a world-class industrial and commercial hub within the Enugu Industrial Park Free Trade Zone, a strategic step aimed at boosting the state's GDP from $4.4 billion to $30 billion. Governor Peter Mbah, speaking at a brief event on Tuesday at the Government House in Enugu, announced that the project would leverage the incentives of operating within the free trade zone to attract foreign direct investment. He added that the initiative would promote human capital development, stimulate innovative solutions and innovation, technological advancements, and create employment opportunities, contributing to shared economic prosperity for Enugu State, the Southeast region, and Nigeria as a whole. Governor Mbah emphasized that the industrial hub aligns with his administration's economic blueprint, which aims to expand the state's economy and position Enugu as Nigeria's leading destination for investors. He further said that the state's proposed exponential growth could only be possible with investment deals such as the one executed with the Lion Business Park. The governor highlighted that the location of the park was carefully chosen based on strategy, innovation, and due diligence by a team of economic experts in the administration.
Gratitude for today, and I also want to quickly put on record that today is a very historic day for us here in Enugu State, because what we have come here to do today and what we would soon witness, which is the Memorandum of Understanding, and what in my opinion is actually an agreement between us and the investors, culminating into what is of course the Lion, the special purpose vehicle, the Lion Business Park. We want to say that when we talk about growing our economy exponentially, this is a typical example of what could take us to the sort of growth projections that we have made. Our blueprint in Enugu is very clear. Grow the economy, make Enugu #1 destination for business and living, and of course, eradicate poverty. And these are all inextricably intertwined. And we know that that growth is going to come from the private sector. The growth of a $30 billion economy in the next 6 years would come from the private sector. And ours is not just to create an environment for private sector to thrive. It's also trying to innovate, to see how we can work with the private sector, see how we can help de-risk the investment flow, to see how we can also have our skin in the game where it becomes necessary in order for the private sector to succeed. And that is an example of what is taking place today, where the Enugu State Government has committed to increase their stake in this going concern by providing all the necessary infrastructure that is required in order for this business park to become functional and fully functional. And we see the business park as food that is already made. Because if we were going to start, even as a government, to build a business park, we know what it will take. Even the process of just procuring your licenses, getting the free trade zone license, getting the dry port license, because we have an inland port also at the Lion Business Park. And it is strategically located, less than 3 hours from One, a major seaport, less than about 2 hours to Asaba, and about less than 25 minutes to an international airport here in Enugu. you couldn't ask for a business park at a better location. Right? So we are poised to ensure that we attract the best of the best industries to Enugu, and all the things that are required, electricity, water, paved roads, would all be provided because we're now working together as partners. We also want to commend the various communities for their show of support. We are going to continue to count on that support. We pride ourselves in Enugu as a state that is business friendly, and we must sing as such. That means that the ease of doing business in Enugu should be taken for granted. We do not want tensions from communities. We do not want prolonged time to get your approvals, whether it's for construction or anything. So that is what we are, and that is who we are in Enugu, making sure that you identify Enugu as your premier destination for investment. And we're going to always go the extra mile to make sure that that happens. I do not want to speak more about the business park. The CEO had already said a few things, but just as I said, it's a hub. It's an already made hub for commerce, for trade, for investment, and for business.
The project's success. Earlier, the chairman of the firm, Dr. Okechukwu Mbonu, commended Governor Peter Mbah for his visionary leadership, remarkable developmental strides, and the notable achievement of his administration within a short time in office. Speaking on the objectives of the partnership, Mbonu stated that the company is committed to developing an industrial and commercial hub that will stimulate trade and industry, drive economic growth, and generate employment opportunities for the youth.
And we are here to sign a very, very important memorandum of understanding with Enugu State Government, whereby Enugu State Government is increasing its stake in the Lion Business Park project from currently 15% to 45%.
There's no doubt, sir, that the Lion Business Park is very strategic.
Correct.
In the economic development of not just Enugu State, but as well the Southeast.
And Africa.
And Africa as well.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know, do you perceive some level of challenges in the course of running the Lion Business Park, sir,
Well,
that may serve as a hindrance?
no. In that respect, no. Because a Lion Business Park can be located anywhere as long as it is conceptualized properly. And remember, we are going to have also a port here. You know, that's the dry port. That's what it's called. And for those who don't know, the Lion Business Park is actually a special part of a country. It's an international agreed trade agreement with all parts of the world, where it's taken to be not to be part of the Nigerian customs area. In other words, if you put out any, call it a container or anything that you want to ship out, and the destination is Lion Business Park Enugu, then it is going to come straight into Lion Business Park Enugu. And there, because we will have a customs office and everything within that investment. So you can imagine a company that can bring in all the components for manufacturing, tax-free, duty-free, and put them together. It's only then, if you want to export it outside Nigeria, duty-free, tax-free. It's only when you want to now move it back into Nigerian customs that you now pay a reduced tariff because of the value add, the fact that you assembled it here.
So how soon is this going to kick off in earnest?
Well, what I can say is that with the kind of dynamic governor you have now, and the appetite of the government to take even more shares, you can definitely see an accelerated development.
Thank you.
And for that, we are grateful
Thank you.
to the government of Enugu State and the people of Enugu State, because this is going to translate into massive, massive industrial development for the Southeast. And recall that also within the Southeast, and I say that because I'm from the Southeast, we have a DNA for manufacturing and trading. And so with this, what this government has done in one swoop is to catalyze that growth. Thank you very much.
Bono also urged the business community, private sector leaders, and global investors to seize the unique opportunities to Park aims to offer and become part of Enugu's unfolded economic revolution. In other developments in Enugu, Governor of Enugu State, Dr. Peter Mbah, has decorated his Chief Security Officer, CSP Alex Akinlalu, with his new rank of Assistant Commissioner of Police. Taken to his verified X, formerly Twitter, and Instagram handles, Peter Mbah on Wednesday, the governor shared, quote, "Today I had the honor of decorating my Chief Security Officer, Alex Akinlalu, with his well-deserved new rank of Assistant Commissioner of Police, assisted by the Enugu State Commissioner of Police, CP Mamangiwa. ACP Akinlalu is a disciplined, strategic, and exceptionally dependable officer whose commitment to duty continues to stand out. His professionalism, loyalty, and excellence are commendable. This promotion is not just a recognition of his service, it is a testament to his impeccable track record and leadership acumen. Congratulations, ACP Akinlalu," he wrote. Meanwhile, the Enugu State Government on Wednesday met with leaders of the Aguawa community ahead of the relocation process of the residents as part of government's big plan to clear all slums in Enugu City by the end of 2026. At a meeting which held at Government House, Enugu, government said marking of property owners at Aguawa would begin on Friday, 25th April, while a 2-week deadline set for the submission of title documents to the Office of the Secretary to the State Government would commence on Monday, 28th April. While making clarification on the verification process, the Commissioner for Housing in the state, Dr. Martin Chukwuike, however, noted that simply submitting property documents would not be enough for the verification. He said that each property owner would stand with the documents in the said property for eye marking. The verification process will go beyond submitting property documents. We want to do physical verification. We will do eye marking. You stand before the property and we ascertain the property, the size, the documents you have. If it is certificate of occupancy or not, then the government will decide the property that is conducive to stay and the one to go. Governor Mbah plans that there will be no slums in Enugu City by 2026. That is why this exercise is important. The governor said he will help those who have issues with the title, because if you do not have a valid title document, you cannot be entitled to relocation. The relocation process will also be at no cost, the commissioner stated. Speaking, Dr. Ikechukwu Nebo, a stakeholder from Aguawa community, thanks the commissioner for the way things were being resolved so far, affirming that he was sure the governor meant well for the people and the state. He says, quote, "Governor Peter Mbah promised to carry the people of Aguawa along in what they are doing, and that has been the case. I thank the commissioner for the way and manner this meeting has resolved the issue of old and new. Everybody is happy," he said. Also speaking, Mrs. Ifeanyiwa Ozuaka, a resident of Aguawa, said she would support all government efforts to see that Aguawa is developed, but urged the government to have human face while embarking on the relocation resettlement process. The Commissioner for Lands, Barrister Achimobi Okorie, stressed the importance of the verification, assuring the people that it was about openness, taking inventory of what is where, to know who truly owned the property, and to verify property owned by inheritance and others. Meanwhile, the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Legal Matters and Interministerial Relations, Barrister Juliet Okonkwo, assured the stakeholders of our Aguawa community at the meeting that what the Governor was doing was in their best interest and that of the state. Barrister Okonkwo says, since May 29, 2023, when Dr. Peter Mbah was sworn in as the Governor, all he has been doing is to make Enugu better, both rural and urban areas. Someone asked, why is it only Aguawa that was singled out? But that is not the case. There are about 25 sites, slum areas that will be cleared. We may have started with Aguawa, but we will get to the other 24 sites. It is for the best interest of these 25 areas, Barrister Okonkwo stated. These are some of the details on the latest development out of Enugu today. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Chief of Staff, Government House, the Honorable Attorney General,